What if I told you that an adorable little creature could be the secret weapon you need to finally stick to your goals? It sounds crazy, I know, but hear me out. While millions of people abandon their New Year's resolutions by February, a growing community has discovered an incredible secret to achieving their goals, and it all starts with this little guy. Meet Labubu, your new goal buddy who's about to change how you think about personal development. He's not just another cute collectible sitting on your shelf. He's your accountability partner, your motivation booster, and your daily reminder that dreams can come true when you have the right companion by your side. Today, I'm going to show you exactly how Labubu can transform your goal-setting game, turning frustrating failures into consistent victories. Trust me, by the end of this video, you'll understand why thousands of people call Labubu their most effective productivity tool ever. Why should we set goals? Before we discuss how Labubu can be your ultimate goal buddy, let's talk about why setting goals is so important. Here's the brutal truth that no one wants to admit. Most people drift through life without clear direction. That's precisely why they end up feeling stuck and unfulfilled, constantly wondering, what if? Studies show that people who write down their goals are 42% more likely to achieve them. However, it's not just about writing them down. It's about creating a system that keeps you connected to your goals every day. This is where most people fail miserably. Think about it. How many times have you set a goal with genuine excitement, only to forget about it within a week? How many vision boards have you made that are now gathering dust in your closet? How many New Year's resolutions have turned into regrets by February? The problem isn't that you can't achieve your goals. The problem is that traditional goal-setting methods are boring, abstract, and disconnected from your daily emotional experience. That's exactly what makes Labubu so different and powerful. When you have a physical, tangible companion representing your commitment to growth, everything changes. Your goals stop being just ideas in your head and become part of your lived experience. Labubu doesn't just sit there looking cute. He becomes a daily reminder of who you're becoming and what you're working toward. Now, I have a question for you. What's one goal you've been putting off because you couldn't figure out how to stay motivated? Leave your answer in the comments. I bet Labubu could help you tackle it. Labubu, your goal buddy. So what makes Labubu such an incredible goal buddy? It's not magic, it's psychology. When you assign meaning and intention to a physical object, you create what psychologists call an external anchor for your internal motivation. Labubu becomes the tangible representation of your commitment to yourself. Here's how the Labubu goal system works. First, choose your Labubu specifically for goal achievement. It's not just any collectible, it's your dedicated accountability partner. By choosing Labubu, you're consciously investing in your success, which immediately changes how seriously you take your goals. Next, you create a goal-setting ritual with your Labubu. This could be as simple as holding your Labubu while writing down your monthly goals, or as elaborate as creating a special space for daily check-ins with your Labubu. The key is consistency and intentionality. But here's where it gets interesting. Labubu works because he activates multiple psychological principles at once. First, there's the commitment device. You've made a financial investment in your success. There's also the visual reminder. Every time you see Labubu, you're reminded of your goals. There's also the emotional connection. Labubu is cute and positive, creating positive associations with goal achievement. Then there's the social aspect. When people see your Labubu and ask about it, you get to share your goals and establish accountability with others. Suddenly, achieving your goals becomes a conversation starter and a way to connect with like-minded individuals who are also working on self-improvement. The beauty of the Labubu system is its versatility. Whether you want to read more books, establish better habits, learn new skills, improve your health, or advance your career, Labubu adapts to your needs. He's not just a goal buddy, he's your personal success coach in adorable form. Think about the goals you've successfully achieved in the past. What was the difference between the ones you completed and the ones you abandoned? I guarantee that some form of consistent reminder or accountability was involved. Goal 1. Reading a book with Labubu. Let me show you exactly how this works using a specific example. Suppose your goal is to read one book per month, which is a common goal that many people find challenging because life gets busy, and reading often feels like a luxury rather than a priority. Here's how you can achieve this goal with Labubu as your reading buddy. First, create a reading space where Labubu sits next to your current book. This creates an immediate visual connection between your goal and your adorable accountability partner. Every time you see that setup, you're reminded of your commitment to read. But we're just getting started. Next, you establish a daily reading ritual with Labubu. Maybe it's 20 minutes of reading every morning with your coffee, with Labubu sitting right there as your reading companion. Or perhaps it's a bedtime reading session where Labubu helps you unwind with a good book instead of scrolling through your phone. The key is to make Labubu part of the experience, not just a passive observer. You could even talk to Labubu about what you're reading. It might sound silly, but when you verbalize your thoughts about a book, you actually process and retain the information better. Labubu becomes your book discussion partner. You can also use Labubu to track your progress visually. Create a simple reading chart where you mark each day that you read and put it next to Labubu. Alternatively, use colored stickers to show your progress. Every time you finish a reading session, you and Labubu can celebrate with a sticker. This creates positive reinforcement and makes reading feel like an achievement rather than a chore. This is where the magic happens. When you finish your first book of the month, celebrate with Labubu. Take a photo of yourself with Labubu and the completed book. Share it on social media with your reading goal hashtag. This creates a little victory moment that reinforces the positive feelings associated with achieving a goal. By the end of the month, you won't just have read a book, you'll have created a sustainable reading habit with built-in accountability, visual tracking, and positive reinforcement. Labubu has helped you transform reading from a should into a want. The beautiful part is that this system naturally scales up. Once you've successfully read one book with Labubu's help, reading 2 books the following month feels totally achievable. You've built momentum, confidence, and a proven system that works. What book has been sitting on your shelf forever, waiting to be read? Tell me in the comments. Maybe it's time to give it a chance with Labubu's help. Goal 2. Creating a morning routine with Labubu. Let's discuss another common challenge: establishing a consistent morning routine. It sounds simple, but it can feel impossible when you're hitting the snooze button for the 5th time and berating yourself for your lack of discipline. The traditional approach to morning routines focuses on willpower and discipline. Wake up earlier, accomplish more, and be more productive. It's exhausting just thinking about it. But with Labubu as your morning routine buddy, everything shifts from obligation to opportunity. Here's how to build an unshakable morning routine with Labubu's help. First, place Labubu on your nightstand next to your alarm clock. This creates an immediate positive visual when you wake up. Instead of groaning at your alarm, you'll see your adorable goal buddy ready to start the day with you. We're not just talking about willpower here, we're talking about environmental design. Your morning routine becomes something you do with Labubu, not something you force yourself to do alone. Perhaps Labubu sits with you while you drink your morning coffee and journal, or maybe he's your meditation companion, sitting peacefully while you practice mindfulness. He could be your workout buddy, cheering you on during your morning exercise. The key is to start ridiculously small. Don't try to create a 2-hour morning routine overnight. Start with just 5 minutes of intentional morning time with Labubu. Maybe it's taking 3 deep breaths together or setting an intention for the day. That's it. Once you've built the habit of connecting with your goals first thing in the morning, the routine will naturally expand. Labubu really shines when it comes to building morning routines. Create a morning checklist that you and Labubu can go through together. It could be as simple as waking up, greeting Labubu, making the bed, drinking water, and setting a daily intention. Check off each item with Labubu by your side. This creates structure without pressure and routine without rigidity. You can even create seasonal morning routines with Labubu. In winter, for example, you and Labubu could focus on gratitude and warm beverages. In spring, you could add stretching or planning for the day ahead. Labubu helps you adapt your routine to your changing needs while maintaining the core habit of intentional morning time. Use a simple calendar to track your morning routine consistency, where you and Labubu can mark successful mornings. Don't aim for perfection, aim for progress. Even if you only complete your morning routine 3 days a week initially, that's 3 more intentional mornings than before. The great thing about using Labubu for morning routines is that he helps you associate positive feelings with waking up early. Instead of being about grinding through tasks you don't want to do, morning time becomes about spending quality time with your goal buddy and investing in your future self. After just a few weeks of morning routines with Labubu, you'll notice something incredible happens. Your morning routine will stop being something you have to do and start being something you get to do. You'll look forward to those quiet moments with your goal buddy. Here's the ripple effect. When you start your day with intention and achievement, everything else flows better. Your morning routine with Labubu becomes the foundation for better days, which become the foundation for a better life. What's one thing you wish you could consistently do every morning? Share it in the comments. I bet Labubu can help you make it happen. Tracking progress and maintaining motivation. Now let's discuss the most critical aspect of any goal achievement system: tracking progress and maintaining motivation when things get tough. Most goal-setting systems fall apart here, but Labubu truly shines as your accountability partner. Traditional progress tracking is boring and abstract. You write numbers in a spreadsheet or mark X's on a calendar, which feels completely disconnected from your experience. However, when Labubu is involved, everything becomes more engaging and meaningful. Create visual progress tracking systems that involve Labubu directly. For example, take a daily photo of you and Labubu with something that represents your progress that day. For example, if you're working on fitness goals, take a photo of you and Labubu after each workout. If you're building a business, take a photo with Labubu after completing each project or reaching a milestone. These photos will become your progress portfolio, telling the visual story of your journey with Labubu by your side. When you're feeling unmotivated, you can scroll through these photos and see concrete evidence of how far you've come. It's impossible to feel like you're not making progress when you have dozens of photos of you and Labubu celebrating small victories. Now, let's talk about what happens when you hit obstacles and setbacks. Here's the truth nobody talks about. The goal isn't to never fail. The goal is to fail forward with support. This is where Labubu becomes an invaluable emotional regulation tool. When you have a bad day or miss your goals, Labubu helps you process your feelings without spiraling into self-criticism. Rather than berating yourself for a lack of discipline, you have a compassionate conversation with Labubu about what happened and how you can do better tomorrow. It may sound silly, but this is actually a powerful form of self-therapy that helps you maintain perspective during difficult times. Create comeback rituals with Labubu for when you get off track. It could be a simple reset ceremony where you and Labubu sit together, acknowledge what happened without judgment, and recommit to your goals. Or maybe it's reviewing your progress photos to remember how much you've already achieved. Or maybe it's adjusting your goals to be more realistic while maintaining your overall direction. The key insight here is that motivation isn't a feeling you wait for, it's a skill you practice. Labubu helps you practice this skill daily through small, consistent actions that build emotional momentum over time. One of the most powerful tracking techniques is the weekly review with Labubu. Every Sunday, sit down with Labubu and your progress tracking materials. Celebrate your successes, acknowledge your challenges, and plan adjustments for the coming week. This regular check-in prevents small problems from becoming major setbacks. You can also create milestone celebrations with Labubu to give you something to look forward to at each stage of achieving your goals. These celebrations don't have to be expensive or elaborate. Maybe it's a special photo shoot with Labubu, a small gift for both of you, or sharing your progress story online. The point is to create positive reinforcement cycles that make achieving goals feel rewarding rather than exhausting. Most people don't realize that motivation is highly contagious. When you share your progress, especially progress involving something as adorable and positive as Labubu, you inspire others to work on their own goals. This creates a positive feedback loop where your success motivates others and their encouragement motivates you. What has been your biggest challenge with staying motivated toward your goals in the past? Let me know in the comments. I bet other viewers have faced similar challenges and can offer helpful advice. We've reached the end of our journey into goal achievement with Labubu. But this is just the beginning of your transformation story. We've discussed why traditional goal setting fails, how Labubu can be your perfect accountability partner, and provided specific examples of how this system can help you achieve your reading goals and improve your morning routine. But here's what I really want you to understand. Labubu isn't magic. The magic lies within you, in your commitment to growth and your willingness to try a new approach when old methods have failed. Labubu is simply the catalyst that helps you access the motivation and consistency already inside you. The Labubu goal system works so well because it addresses the emotional and psychological aspects of behavior change that most productivity advice ignores. Having a physical reminder of your goals that makes you smile every time you see it, having built-in celebration rituals for small wins, and having a non-judgmental companion to help you through setbacks are all key to making sustainable change possible. Think about where you want to be 6 months from now. How would your life be different if you had a reliable system for achieving your goals? Which dreams have you put off because you couldn't figure out how to be consistent? Which version of yourself are you excited to become? Now, I want to hear from you because this is where the real magic happens. In the community, we build around supporting each other's growth. In the comments below, tell me about a goal you're currently working on or want to start working on. It doesn't have to be huge or impressive, it just has to be meaningful to you. Here's my challenge for you. If you're ready to try the Labubu goal system, commit to it publicly in the comments below. Tell us what goal you're going to work on with Labubu's help and how you'll track your progress. By making that public commitment, you're holding yourself accountable not only to yourself and Labubu, but also to this entire community of goal achievers. I also want to know what other goal-setting challenges we should tackle together. Are there specific areas in which you'd like to see Labubu's help? Perhaps we need a video about using Labubu for creative projects, financial goals, relationship building, or career advancement. Your suggestions directly influence the content I create next. If you're already using an accountability system for your goals, whether it involves Labubu or not, please share what's working for you in the comments. Sometimes the best advice comes from fellow viewers who have found creative solutions to common problems. Subscribe if you want more content about turning your dreams into achievable, trackable goals with effective systems. Turn on notifications so you never miss new strategies for personal development that go beyond typical productivity advice. Most importantly, remember that every expert was once a beginner, every success story began with a decision to try something new, and every goal was achieved by someone who decided their dreams were worth the effort. Today could be the day you make that decision for yourself. The choices you make today will determine your future self. Labubu is ready to accompany you on this journey. Are you ready to turn your goals into reality? Let's make it happen together. Share your goals and join our community of people who don't just dream about better lives. We create them, one adorable goal buddy session at a time.